Hey, what's going on? It's DJ. Welcome to Calmsden Farm, episode number 5. Today, we're going to be doing all things grass work. We've got some mowing, tedding, windrowing, and even some silage to make. We're also going to be buying new equipment, so if you want to buy some new equipment, or you just want to see more Farm Sim 22 in general, make sure you're subscribed. That way you never miss any future content here on the channel. All right, let's do it. Today is going to be about buying some new stuff because, as I mentioned at the beginning of the series, we would only buy equipment when we needed it. Well, we need some more equipment, and it's going to rain soon. I'm actually going to be running time at 0 time today in this episode because it's about to rain. I fast forward time a little bit, and then I had to go back to the old save and fast forward time again. It's all fun and crazy, but you can tell we're good on our fields, but the oats have not grown yet. We're in November. We fast forward, I think, 3 months since last episode. So field 4, field 31, and field 15 are all ready to go. We got grass in all of them ready to be cut. So here's how we're going to do it. Field 15 and field 31 are going to be mown, and those are going to be used for silage. We're going to place down a new silo, as a matter of fact, and that should do some magic for us. Thank you, Trucker Matsy. We've also got field number 4. Field number 4, because there's nothing in it and it's fairly squared off, we're going to ted that and turn it into hay. I think I made hay 3 or 4 times in Farm Sim 19, because once you got into seasons, you had to ted it like 4 or 5 times. I hated that so much. You had to sit and wait on it. It sucked. It didn't make it fun, at least for me. So we've got this. I've already purchased it. We're ready to go. But we got more stuff to buy. We're going to do that right now. Let's jump in and get some new stuff. First on the list is a new silo, and we're going to be placing it down on this farm, what I've got to call farm number 2. We're going to place it right here, and we're going to get a little overlap onto the road. So it's silos. We've got a special silo that's been sent over just for this. Actually, Triggermancy made this a few months ago, but I'm going to use it for this specific thing. Now, we've got a little clipping issue going on with the trees. Don't care. We got a little clipping issue with the road. I do care about that because you can see you get to a point and it just disappears. So I want to get it just perfect to where it's lined up with the road and it just almost disappears into the road. This way, whenever we drive over it, we could still see it, but we don't go boom, boom, boom. Right there. Be quiet, be quiet. We're going to click it. Got him. Oh, this way. Got him. Yes, we're clipping through a few things on the ground, but you know what? I could drive straight over this now with a loading wagon or anything like that and be totally fine. Yes, there's trees going through it and whatever. We're going to have a new game save eventually anyway. And once we get the new game save, I'm just going to go in and modify the existing silos. Done. That's number 1. Number 2, we've got a loading wagon, we need to get a merger, and we need to get a pallet auto loader. So the first thing is going to be forage wagons. We're actually going to use this one that I found on third-party site. I can't remember which one it was, but it's the Shoemaker Rapid 580V modded. This is from modder Flish, F-L-I-T-S-C-H-E, Flish. I don't know. Regardless, this is sweet because I can modify colors, I can modify capacities, and you don't have to make so many trips going back and forth. Since we are using we're using Trelleborg tires. However, Trelleborg, they're not available on this. I'm going to go with the Frested tires. I think they look pretty sweet. And we're going to go with a more capacity. So I will have to make a couple trips, but it's only 100 grand. Same thing there. And then colors. I actually don't know what color I'm going to make this. So I'm going to go through this and we'll figure it out. Got it. Don't ask why. I thought orange was cool. So there's one down. Now we need a merger. Now this is going to be a little bit easier. The base game one's going to work perfect for me. I like this one. I like this version a whole lot because this makes getting in and out of spaces pretty darn easy, especially it works with a loading wagon. So we're going to go with that. Unfortunately, we don't have something that works like this yet. Now, I have seen that the modder does have the windrow portion that's on front of this as a separate mod, but they haven't released it yet. And I could make silage and hay bales, and that was actually the original plan. And I started recording like that, but I ended up deleting all the clips and reverting back to an old save because I didn't like the way it was going. Took too long. I didn't like it. So we're going to get the Merge. Merge Max 9 50. And lastly is a palette auto load. So I need to go into all of the mods DLC stuff that I've got and search for auto load. Now, we do have a couple pretty sweet pieces, like the Brimmer, and we have the Bachman, but we're going with something a little bit bigger, but not too crazy. So there's one in particular that I'm looking at. Of course, we've got that one, but not actually going to get that one specifically. There's one more, and you always have to go through here and find where it says auto load. This version right here. I like this version. It works super, super well, and you can carry a lot of them at one time. Those smaller trailers really don't do a good job of doing that. So we're gonna go with this. Now there's a couple designs that you could go with here. This one where the sides go up, that's pretty sweet. And you got the normal design, yeah. And then this one where the sides do go up, but it's nice and small, and it's kind of cool. And I haven't used this version yet. I've used this version a lot. So I thought maybe trying to use this version. I don't know, maybe we could do something cool with it. We may have to go back. Here we need to find colors again, so give me just a second. What do you think of this color combination? That's not bad at all. So the main color that I'm using is the Bachman, and then the rim color I'm using is dark gray. Kind of looks kind of cool, right? Please tell me this looks cool, because I'm buying it. Now for some handy dandy resetting, and we can get to work. If you guys are playing on this map and you're not resetting your equipment to this farm, what are you doing? It's so easy. It just goes bloop, and there it is. So let's get to work. The first bit we're gonna get done is collecting the wool. The wool is in the field currently, and I just want to get it out of the field. So we'll get this, we'll take this, put it down. If you're wondering, I did buy this piece ahead of time, and I used it with the other rig, and I liked it. Worked really well. The Viking Fanax works really well. I like that. If you're not using that, check it out. Hey, you might like it. Also, are you even doing grass work? Let me know. I love doing grass work. I like doing grass work in real life as well. I just got a mower, and I'm kind of pumped about that. Speaking of pumped about that, check this out. So this is how this works. The sides come up just like that. Oh boy. We're gonna have to change it already. It doesn't have straps on this version. No! It looks cool, but there are no straps. No! Boo, customize. Design 1. Yeah, we're gonna have to go with that. Oh man, that stinks. Well, you know, at least the sides do open and close and that kind of thing. So we can go ahead and bloop, 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 bloop. I was trying to avoid using this version because we've used this a bunch. Oh well, is what it is. So here you can kind of take a look and see what we've got. Again, the grass is ready to go. I was surprised I didn't even cheat any of it. I did leave the water in the middle of the field though, so there was that. And here is all of our fuel that is ready to go, and we'll try not to select that one way off in the distance. If it pops onto here, I do apologize. We'll go ahead and double check and make sure. It says that there's 7 available and there are 7 close by. Ooh, now there's only 5 available. Ooh, now there's 8. No, 7. Yes. All right, let's see if we can make this happen. Tip side left is perfectly fine. I just want to make sure. And then of course we need to change this to hero palette. Bloom, 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 bloom. Hey, got him. Sweet. And then this is just going to go over here. In the next version of the map, Oxygen David has said that the horse area over here is going to be sellable. So you could sell all the stuff on the field and just use this as a normal field. And this is actually going to be my placeable area whenever we move forward, because well, I generally, at least, don't run horses in any fashion in the game, so this playthrough won't be any different. Next on the list today is mowing, and we're actually going to start with the field that is going to be tedded. We're not going to ted it right away, but we're going to start with it. One thing, and a couple of you guys mentioned this in the last video that I used these, I think that was episode number 3 possibly, so the punchers actually boom out a little bit. I did not have them boomed out, and by the way, if you want a quick way into this field, that's a pretty quick way in. There's a whole new, there's a lot of ways in here to cheat it. Regardless, this is the way I like to do it. Nonetheless, with these, they will windrow in, and that's great, and that's actually the way that I prefer to do it. But there's a neat little trick that these have. So I'm gonna go ahead and unfold the front, and we're gonna go ahead and unfold the back. And I'm gonna open up my help window and show you. Now remember, I don't know what that was all about. I'm on PC using an Xbox controller. As you can see, on the left, I could move this in and out. And we actually move this out much further. We can do the exact same thing on the right side as well. So now I'm getting, instead of like that 8-meter spread that I was getting, now I'm getting the full 10-meter spread that I should have been getting the entire time. Just for fun's sake, you can see how close I am to the wall. Actually, I'm gonna get right up on the wall right there. There's that. And now when I bring this in, and I'll just show you how much room you're missing. Well, that's not actually a lot, is it? Huh. And it's a whole lot easier to control in like this as well. I figured something out. We're running on swath dropping right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn these mowers on, and I'm gonna get to work. We're gonna get this field mowed up. Yeah, we got a couple of things. Forgot to shut this. We got a couple other things to do as well. So I'm gonna get this field and a couple other fields done as well, and then I will jump back in and see you once all the mowing is done. As I'm finishing up mowing here, this is the last field that I've gotten. Quite a bit of time has passed real life since the last clip. With this, I've got to tell you guys, I'm buying cows. We're probably going to get them either today, well, it's going to take 24 hours for the silage to do its thing, so maybe tomorrow. But nonetheless, we are going to be getting cows, and especially since tomorrow in December, the oats are going to be ready to harvest, so we're going to have straw. Well, a lot of straw. We're probably going to have to sell some of it. We're going to have plenty of silage. We're going to have quite a bit of hay as well. So we're going to have, I think, enough or almost enough to buy all of the cows that we possibly can. I think you can get 200. We will double check that before we get them. It's not a big deal right now. But I would love to max out the number of head of cattle that we can get, make sure they're all able to produce. That way we're getting, folding's not allowed. You know, here's the funny thing, it irritates me. I can't fold the front mower, but I can turn it off, then raise it, and then fold it. The back one, I just hit fold, and it turns it off, it raises it, and folds it. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Now, as I mentioned in the intro, we're going to be tedding, but only one field. That's this one right here. I believe this is field number 4. Way over here. There you go. By the way, I think I want to buy field 1 and make it grass, but it's more money than we have. Eventually, we're going to have to start making money. We haven't done that yet. Oof. Let's get this field done at least. We're going to be tedding. I'm going to go ahead and close this. That way we don't have to worry too much about it. We do have a little bit of grass on the edges, but I've tried to mow in a way where it's easy and we can just come through with the windrow and be done, or the merger rather. And with the other 2 fields, all I have to do is merge the outer windrow, because I kind of do like a 1.3 width type thing. A little bit weird. I'm probably the only person that does it like that, but it works for me, so it's great. This tedder is going to throw this grass around. Drop it down. Yeah, one of my favorite animations, by the way, in the game. However, it just flings it everywhere. So it's gonna be fun to pick up. That's for sure. But I do love this. It looks super cool. It's a lot of fun. And thank goodness we've got a great merger. That's about all I can say about that. All right. This is the only, I repeat, the only field that we have to do. So this should not take long. Now the tedding is done. I've put the tedder away and we've got our merger on the back. And I'm going to show you now why I think this is the coolest one ever. Other than the unfolding animation, which you have seen is just epic. We're going to open up our help window, and there's a couple options. So we can toggle our work mode, which is neat. So if we lower this down and we've got it left, well, everything that we pick up is going to go to the left. If we change that, we could say everything goes to the right. Well, in today's video, we're going to split it, and everything's going to go down the middle. That way, whenever I come through to pick it up, well, it's like normal. Now, if all of this was kind of together, if I hadn't done some windrowing ahead of time while mowing, well, this would be a little bit more fun, shall we say. But now it's going to be totally civilized, and it's super easy. Just turn it on, and there you go. Whatever you pick up just kind of goes down the middle. And it's also got, well, I was going to say it's got a steering axle as well, but that's not something that it has. Let's go ahead and shut that off. There we go. So, but the great thing is, I could just drive straight down the pathway of where all of this stuff is, and I am good. It's got a working width that is extremely similar to our mower. That way our rows shouldn't get too close-ish together, but probably I'll end up going through the rows and kicking one row to the left and the other one to the right, and that will merge two rows together. That's less time I have to spend driving up and down. But I think this is an incredible merger windrow, whatever you want to call it. It's got a couple different names. I think this is actually technically a merger. Nonetheless, check it out. Definitely a cool thing, and it's a base game. I had to jump back in. I want to show you guys this thing in action. So I've just finished my head rows, and I want to bring in every other row together. So I'm going to open back up my help window. I'm going to go in here, and then I'm going to change my working width to left. So that's going to take everything that I pick up and kick it to the left. But when we come back the other side, it's going to kick it, well, to our right now, but it's still the left. Here we go. Go ahead and turn it on, and we'll go straight down. I'll just kind of show you why I want to do this. So everything that we're picking up is popping over to the left. Now, your working width does go down whenever you go sending things left to right, but it still works just fine. So there's that. Cool. And then we just spin it back around, and we line up with where we want to be. And then now, the entire thing is kicking over there. How cool is that? This works great with doing straw, hay, grass, anything you're mowing. It just works really well, and I think it makes your life a little bit easier as well. So I'm gonna do this to this entire field, and then I've got to go around, and I've actually got to hit some hedgerows on like everything. So yeah, wish me luck. I got a couple other fields to do in the meantime. We are getting very, very close to completion here today. I'm super excited about it, and I'm just gonna, show off my backing skills a little bit. I know Trucker Matsy's been gone for a little while. I just needed to remind him who the best backwards driver in Farm Sim is. Ha! Suck it! Love you, dude. All right, let's get this put away. We've got one more job. I'm not even halfway. Sorry about that. We got one more job today, and that's going to be to go collect everything that we made. All the fields are done. Man, I can't wait to harvest this, by the way. That's going to be the next episode, is harvest. Oh, I'm real excited about that. It's going to be harvest and buying cows. Ooh, it's going to be fun. Let's go and pick up that front weight because I know we're going to need it. We'll get backed up out of here. Again, best backwards driver in Farm Sim. Thank you. And load up. So a bunch of hay, as you can see, and we've got a bunch of grass. Now that grass is going to be turned into silage. It only takes about 24 hours, so it's not too bad. Plus we have the magic silo, also by Trucker Matsy. Thanks for the silo. Love you, dude. I tell you what, I'm not saying I did a great job, but I did a really, really good job. I'm gonna save myself a whole lot of time. One thing about windrowing, and we've talked about this before. However, if you've got two rows, right? Let's say over there in the grass field, if you got two rows and you run down the two rows with merger, now you've made two rows into one. And you're like, yeah, I saved myself time with the loading wagon. Have you though? I don't think you have. Because you're still having to run up and down that field twice. Ooh, crash counter +1. So that's one of the reasons that I have not gone through that field and windrowed a couple of those rows together. Could have, very easily could have. But I still would have had to go down once to do the windrow, and then I would still have to go down once to do the loading wagon. So I'm still having to go up and down that field twice, and it's just a whole lot easier for me just to run this loading wagon. And I've done one side, and I'm already at 20%. That's 20,000 liters of hay. Man, that's a lot of hay. I feel like I have barely even got anything on this field done. I've gotten around it, what, less than twice? And there I am, 100,000 liters. And we're full. All right, We'll take it over there and drop it in the silo and do it again. Load number 1 coming in the silo, and that's exactly why I put it right here. Because man, oh man, is it so easy just to pull straight forward and unload in the road, somewhere where you already are. You don't have to turn around. It's perfect. I love it. Truckamancy, you're the man. I love you, dude. Also miss you. Start making content again. Love you. Where you at? Hi. Can we do the outro now? It's probably a good time. Well, guys, that is going to be it for today's Let's Play from Calmsden Farm, episode number 5. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. That lets me know you enjoyed it. Get subscribed to the channel if you're not already. That way, you notifications and stuff and outros and yeah, you guys know how it works from here. I'm enjoying this series, having a lot of fun. In the next one, episode number 6, we are going to be harvesting. We'll be in December, so it's going to be a very, very late winter harvest in oats, but we'll have a good time. I'll be set. I can't wait to see you guys then, and we'll see you later. Peace.